The Battlefront Network, giving you your daily dose of Battlefront content.
Hello everyone and welcome! My name is Tom and you're watching the Battlefront Network today. Thank you for tuning in. Now, if you've played Star Wars Battlefront 1 or Star Wars Battlefront 2, as I'm hoping most of you have, you'll know that we can play on different variants of a map. For example, the Tatooine location on Star Wars Battlefront 1 has two map variants. The first one being Tatooine Dune Sea, and the second one, Tatooine Mos Eisley. So you had the same planet location and setting, but had two distinct maps that could be experienced. Other examples include Naboo Theed and Naboo Plains, and Renvar Harbour and Renvar Citadel. Having two variants of a particular setting provided an interesting spin, and gave players more variety within the game, meaning that we didn't have to keep playing the same set map in a particular location each time. It could be switched around. This is definitely something I'd like to see in the new upcoming Star Wars Battlefront game, especially since the game is being developed on Frostbite 3, meaning that all the maps that we could see will look stunning. Now, Tatooine was hinted at to be making an appearance in the game, therefore we could be seeing a sexy HD Frostbite 3 Tatooine map. That would be brilliant! Of course, a sandy type map was available to play on Battlefield 4 in the China Rising DLC called Silk Road. It is a great map in my opinion and I love playing on it. Every time I have a match on there, I'm literally always imagining I'm playing on Tatooine. But I think that's as close as we'll get to a visual representation of a Tatooine type map before the reveal of the game. So whilst we're waiting for the reveal of Battlefront at the Star Wars Celebration event, we can just keep playing this map. But the game would certainly be very interesting if we did in fact see different variants of a particular map. And the one that I would like to see the most as a dual variant map would be Coruscant. We could have one map as the Jedi Temple, just like we saw in Battlefront 2, but then have a second variant in the streets and city area of Coruscant, similar to what we saw in Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. The Jedi Temple could more heavily support the Hero Assault mode, if that mode were to be implemented into the game, which I hope it is, where we can play as all of our favourite heroes and villains. Whereas the Streets of Coruscant variant could more heavily support infantry combat, with small vehicles such as civilian speeders and ATSTs, etc, etc. But both maps could of course support each type of game mode so that we could experience all the fun of each game type on each of the maps. But not only could we just see dual variants of a map, we could hopefully also see nighttime maps. That would be fantastic! Now, if you didn't already know, DICE LA produced nighttime variants of some maps in Battlefield 4, and they proved to be a big success and look absolutely fantastic. I haven't played them myself, but from footage on the internet they certainly do look like they add a new edge to the already hectic and destructive gameplay. The YouTuber, Westie, has a video called Yeti in the Night, through which he talks about and shows the night variant of Golmud Railway, a playable map on the CTE, which stands for Community Test Environment, for Battlefield 4. It looks fantastic and certainly very fun indeed. We could even have the option to change whether we want the map to be daytime or nighttime, meaning that not only would we have dual variant maps, but could change the conditions of each of those maps. For example, say you are setting up a custom match in instant action, if that feature is included in the game, and you choose either one of the current Coruscant maps, may that be the Jedi Temple or a city area or something like that, and you want to play it on a night setting. You could just head on over to the match setting and select nighttime, and then when you play the map, it'll be nighttime. That'll be fantastic and would definitely spice things up a bit and give players huge variety from which they could never get bored. And of course the same thing could be done with the maps being turned to daytime. These features will be fantastic for the game. Now, I can imagine it being a huge undertaking to DICE if they were to do something like this, because of course they would have to create each different map to the setting that you'd want it to. So for example, if you wanted the Coruscant map to be nighttime, they would have to make that map at night and then also make another one that's day. So they would basically be making double the maps or quadruple the maps, since if they did have dual variant maps as well. So that'll be a huge undertaking, but since they're developing the game on Frostbite 3, I imagine they could do something like this with these types of features. So that'd be fantastic to see and would be perfect for the game, especially since we've been waiting 10 years for this. So they could just throw everything they got at us and just put their hearts and soul into this game and give us as many features as possible to so that you can relive those days that we had on the previous 2 Battlefront games. So that'd be fantastic. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, about having nighttime maps, but also having dual variant maps in the game. So I'll see you next time. I've been Tom. Goodbye.